I'm Dr. Robin Thean, and I've been practicing at Plainfield Sports and Family Medicine since August 2010. I became interested in medicine at a young age. I've always been interested in science and math. I decided to pursue sports medicine because I've always been an active individual, and it seemed like a natural fit for me, a job where I would get to interact with people that I could relate to on a regular basis. Seemed like it wasn't even work. I see all age groups. It can be, young kids in the Pee-wee leagues, up to 80 or 90-year-olds who are still pretty active with running or walking or bowling. Mostly it's musculoskeletal things, so sprains, strains, fractures. I also see a lot of concussions, so head injuries. Some people that have some problems with disordered eating or need to work on better nutrition, it can help with that as well. I've been married for over 8 years now. We have 2 dogs, and we actually are expecting a baby in June. We're both pretty active. We're both runners, so we enjoy running. Ballroom dancing has been our latest hobby. I kind of talked my husband into getting involved in dance with me as well. We both enjoy traveling, and in the fall, you usually find us on Saturdays watching either Notre Dame football or University of Washington football. I have been athletic all my life. I actually had experiences in the past where I was the patient and I was seeing a physician who basically just told me to stop my sport, and that's the way my injury is going to get better. And that's not the answer for an athlete and somebody that wants to remain active. And so I feel like I can relate to my patients and help figure out ways to keep them in their sport.
This is SportsCenter.
3 minutes. Dorsey setting up the screen. They bust up the screen. They bust up everything. Will Allen coming like a truck. Takes on McGahee and takes him down. And trainers are on the field in a hurry for Miami. McGahee is down.
Yeah, this is a real serious hit Will Allen put on Willis McGahee. Hit him low, and they're looking at his left leg right now. Will Allen with 2 big shots, one on Winslow and then this one. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. That is a serious knee injury for Willis McGahee.
Yep. Timeout. We'll be back. Seems hardly anything but serious when you see the hit that he takes on it. You see the shoulder pad come in and hit it on the inside part of that knee, and it's gone.
Allen, Jones, Jefferson, and Green. And Tony hurt himself trying to dunk the basketball. Mark Griffin just can't believe it.
This is really unbelievable. Right? Watch this. They call the foul, and then he goes up, and he just comes down the wrong way on that knee.
He is in a lot of pain out there right now.
And
he is in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Tony is getting carried to the locker room.
Yep, throws harder. Warriors got a curve. Shallow right center. Beltran. Oh, terrible collision. Oh, boy. Beltran and Cameron. The ball is free, apparently. Oh, man, that is absolutely a
as bad a collision as I've seen. Well, Theodore, the Mets years ago, had a horrible collision like this. This could be very sick. These guys make contact head to head. Oh, boy. And Ray Ramirez immediately signaling they want some help immediately. That's Cameron. And also holding Beltran down. There was no gift to that collision. When you're on your feet or you're jumping up in the air, sometimes there's a gift to the collision. Right there, both of them dove and it full speed, and there was no, they both died. Oh, I've never seen that. When both I've never seen a route where both outfielders dive for a ball and collide, full impact while down. Tough to watch that. That's enough of that. Boy, what I'd be worried about right here is the neck area, shoulder, neck. Well, this is a blessing right now that at least one man can stand after that. Cameron obviously is in some distress, but that to me is a miracle that Beltran getting seated up. Ray Ramirez, the Mets.
Now we come to Bauer, get the back over the line. Here's the pass, on into the Buffalo zone. Mahar goes to the corner of the pass, and oh, wow! Watch Malarchuk. That's the story right now with look at that.
It looked like one of these Friday the 13th where the blood comes squirting out.
He had his hand on his throat, and in one split second, there was a 3-foot puddle of blood in front of him. Soon to be 5 feet.
Oh, God. Oh, please take the camera off and don't even bring it over there, please. Oh, my God.
More than hearing, I just remember the looks and the horror in people's faces and their eyes. Their eyes were big as saucers.
Clint Malarchuk's anterior carotid artery had been accidentally severed by Steve Tuttle's skate. Players watched in horror as blood spurted from the Sabre goalie's wound.
And I started banging on the glass and tried to get the doctors out on the ice, someone to get on the ice, because I feared the worst, that he wasn't going to be with us for very long.
The Sabres training staff raced onto the ice to reach Malarchuk before time ran out.
And Carl Krauser across the face with a little scrape, and the pupil of his eye pops out of the socket. And a closer look, potentially serious injury. Ray had to be taken to the hospital, left the floor yelling that he could not see, and a very serious turn of events.
Adam Greenberg will be the batter, making his major league debut in this appearance.
I'm taking pictures, and I see him getting up, and I take a picture. I see the pitcher winding up. I got a picture. And then I said, I'm just going to watch. And that was, I watched.
And here's Greenberg.
Oh,
look out.
Man.
He got hit in the head on the very first pitch.
It was a loud, echoing thud.
Going down the way he went, the first thing going through your mind is this guy's dead.
What a shock.
The thing that was running through my head was just stay alive.
Greenberg immediately clutched the back of his head with both hands as he fell.
I grabbed my head instantly because I really felt like I was holding it together. My head swelled up. I thought it was cracked open. I couldn't control my eyes. They rolled in the back of my head.
It was horror. I mean, I was that close that I heard the sound of that ball hitting his, next thing I saw was him on the ground.
Contact and ultimately the pass interference call. They had Crowthrow on the out and up. He had run by his man, and Brody Croyle not quite able to get the ball to him. Penalty with a 15-yard. Put down. Oh, you see that, and your mind automatically goes back to last year and all the injuries. Here's Croyle on his back foot. Mincy got pressure, and he wasn't able to get enough on the ball, and you see him go up, and it looked like the left leg he came down on.
Yeah, they've immediately got the stretcher on his left ankle. Oh boy. That is terribly reminiscent of a Joe Theismann injury that we all saw years ago. We'll be right back.
Riggins, Cleveland, back to Theismann. Theismann's in a lot of trouble. And it was Lawrence Taylor who slammed Theismann to the ground. And quickly, Lawrence Taylor was up saying Theismann is hurt. And I don't believe Lawrence Taylor would have reacted that way unless Theismann is really hurt.
Lawrence is just like going crazy. He's screaming both sidelines, get somebody out here, get somebody out here. And you know, by the time the players wander out in the field and they see what's going on, it's just like, wow. Lawrence, the guy who made the hit, felt worse than probably Joe at the time.
LT actually did not say anything to me on the field, but I will tell you this. I remember everything that happened that night. I remember Bubba Tyer coming out and getting right here in my left ear. I remember telling Bubba, do me a favor, please, call my mom, tell her I'm okay.
There's Taylor over Carson, slamming, and you see the right knee, the right foot, and I knew that something was really bad when Lawrence Taylor leaped to his feet and beckoned over to the Redskins bench. Get your medical team in here quickly. It could be, and you hate to think of it, he could have hurt a snap.
I remember Joe Gibbs coming up and looking at me. Joe was looking at me. And this is the truth. This is the conversation. Joe looking down at me. He goes, Joe, for 6 years we've been together. Joe, you've meant so much to this football team. Joe, this is a heck of a mess you've left me in. And we both started to laugh. I mean, it was just a light moment in a very tense situation. Then they pop me on the stretcher. They start to wheel me out of the stadium, and I stop them because Harry Carson is supposedly going to retire. And all the Giants were standing off of my left side. And
now there's an ovation for Joe Theismann, who I'm sure has played his last play.
And then when they wheeled me out of that stadium, all those people stood up and gave me a personal ovation like I'd never heard before in my life. And right then and there, really, whatever Joe Theismann was, died. And it was a rebirth of someone who hopefully has learned to understand and appreciate people a lot more. And that was a defining moment in my life.
You're now listening to Dance in a Bang Out production.